Anybody there? Are you in?
Oh, yep.
You need to be in Google Hangouts, people.
Like, come on, people, let's get this together, Let's move this along.
I've been sitting here staring at myself.
Well, I don't see you. I just see a picture of you, like your profile picture.
Yeah, because I got tired of staring at myself.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, you took the duct tape off. Good job.
Yup. I like just having my picture up, though. That's like a lot better.
Like, I wonder if they've read the case this time.
Hopefully.
Or they're gonna be like, sorry about that. Where's the sound on this? Like, it's loud.
Does it hurt your ears?
I put headphones on because my kids are like driving me crazy. Okay, let's see. Where are your 4 kids at?
Well, I have one in college, and the other 3 are with their dad this week.
Oh, that's kind of nice. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Oh, we got a joiner. Is that Brian?
Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Hi.
Okay, Chris is texting. It worked last time, but it's making me install the plugin again.
Up on the top, he needs to hit allow and remember. There should be a block up at the top of his screen.
Yeah, I just text him that. Did you have to install the Hangouts?
I'd been in Hangouts before, but it did make me go back and allow everything.
Okay. So I guess we have to record just like a 5-minute thing of ourselves and send that in too this week for this case.
No,
on.
that's fine.
Hey guys.
Hey, how's it
Hey.
going?
Good. I read the cases this time.
Yay. Are you
How are you guys?
comfortable with everything?
Yeah, I dropped 2 classes to help.
Good.
So
That's
it
probably,
was a lot.
yeah. Especially if you're working that much.
Yeah. I didn't take them seriously when they said 2 to 3 hours or 3 to 4 hours of homework per credit or something like that. But it's true.
It is true.
Yeah.
They don't lie about that.
No. No, it seems like more work than school, physically going to the class.
Yeah, it is. I've heard a lot of people say they take both and it's way harder online.
Yeah.
I don't know where Mario is. Should we start with the Dropbox case first?
That's the
Yeah.
one that's due tomorrow.
Yeah. I figured it'd just be easier to try to get both of them done in one night. Do you guys feel like that's too much to have ready, or?
I think it'd be best that way.
Yeah, I prefer to try to get it done in one night if possible.
Yeah.
We're actually supposed to have 2 different groups for these. I just read. But
For each one?
what?
For each discussion?
Well, for this week, one of them is supposed to be the group that we made together, and the other one is a different group, I thought it said. But
Oh.
I'm just going to do both of them with this group.
Oh, here's Mario.
I
Yay.
thought next week is when we change out groups.
It
Hey,
seems
Mario.
trippy on your eyes, like everyone going back and forth.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I lost my pen. I might have to go grab another one real quick.
All right.
Welcome to the party. Did you bring
Yeah.
some salsa?
Yeah, I hope none of us have epilepsy.
I'm the only girl.
These screens are flipping back pretty quick.
Yeah.
Hold on, you guys plan to do a marathon, so I gotta go use the restroom.
Okay.
Well, we can have a little break before our next one.
Yeah. And I apologize. I've got a little bit of ADD or whatever it's called, and I move around a lot.
That's okay. I have that too.
So while we're waiting for Miguel, is that his name or Mario?
Mario?
So where are you guys at in class? How much you guys got left?
I have 3 classes left.
I have 2.
2 and you're all done?
After these 2.
Dang.
Nice.
I have a few.
I have about 6 or 7 or 8, maybe 9. No, maybe 12. I don't know.
I have about 20. Just kidding.
After these, I think I've got 5.
Getting close.
Yeah.
That's nice.
All right, well, let's get started. Somebody want to read the questions?
Yeah, I can read them.
Okay.
Okay. Number one, group questions. Number one, how much revenue does Dropbox have? Okay. And how did you guys calculate this? Because I calculated, this was talking of May 2010, was it? Were they talking as of that date?
Just a second. I got on the wrong page.
Because what I did, there were the 4 million users and
Is that the
out of
right?
the 4 million. Sorry. Because I have 6.8 million users from the 4 million plus the 2.8, but I'm not sure if those were all of them.
That's all I could find was the 6.8 million.
I put 6.8.
And then I did a percentage of paid. I did a 2% because it said 2 to 3%.
Yep, I used 2.
So that means for me, it came out, the number of paying subscribers was 136,000 for 2%. And then the cost or the amount per subscriber, I put 99.
Yep.
I think that was like the middle ground. And it came out to about $13.4 million of revenue annually.
That's what I got.
Sorry, guys. I'm going to just mute myself for a second just because I'm still at work.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. Just someone wants to walk into my office.
So how you got how much million?
So 13,464,000 to be exact. Off 2% paid subscribers of 6.8 million.
I mute myself.
Did you guys use the formula that he showed us in that video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then did you go on down to the cost?
Yeah, for me, I added the cost of free per month, the cost of the paying per month, and then which calculated the variable cost.
You use 11 cents for the free and $3.18 for the paying?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Those are the numbers I found.
So the total variable was 1,165,000.
Yeah, that's what I got. Did you guys get that too, Patrick or Angelique?
I didn't calculate out figures yet on that.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Oh.
I just.
I mean, I've written down like how much he's
The numbers.
and then the add-ons, but I haven't figured out exactly what their revenue is.
Oh, okay.
How many full-time employees did you use? 25?
25, yeah.
All right.
So looking at 25 full-time employees, 150,000 cost per employee annually comes out to $3.75 million for employee costs.
Yep.
Those were the fixed costs that we had available to us. And so for a profit after the variable cost and the total fixed costs were subtracted from the revenue, I got $8,548,480.
That's exactly what I got.
Cool.
At least you guys are on the same page. I was kind of like, I wasn't sure
Do
which.
you guys want to take a minute to go over that in a little more detail?
Can you can we take a minute to go over like the how you got the I didn't even think about the variable cost, but I see the fixed costs for the employees, but I didn't even think about
in the reading. It's on page. Let me see. I got it marked here real quick. Page 9, the second paragraph, or the first full paragraph, the second paragraph from the top. You go to the last sentence in there. It says that they figured 11 cents per user estimated for the free, and then $3.18 for the paid user.
Yeah. All right, now I'll do that. Do you guys put it in an Excel spreadsheet and then you guys snip it and then put it in your doc? Is that how you do it?
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was starting to do it for the 3%, and I didn't know if if I want to do that and then go for an average.
Mhm.
I don't know. I didn't finish it.
Oh, okay.
Um, I even kind of thought about putting it in at 2.5% somewhere in the middle.
I wrote down like all the directions on how to do the Excel. So do we want to like each document and just go through it together, and then we can submit that because we have to do that anyways? Or
Well, you just have to like clip
there's a
your
way
Excel.
to show screen on here, I think. Hold on a second.
Go to show your screen.
Let's see if
It's on the left, the green one.
yeah, I got it. I'm trying to find
Oh, the document.
the document.
I have it up if you'd like me to
Okay.
show it. Well,
I just found it, but yeah, that's fine.
actually, go ahead. Yeah, there it is.
Can you see my screen now?
No, there it is. Well, it was up there. It is.
Okay, you got it now.
Now I see
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so I basically just took everything he had in that video and made it my titles, I guess.
How come it keeps going away? Oh, it's because you stopped talking. Get it?
Yeah. If
So
you
when I
double,
stop talking, it goes away.
if you
If you
double
double-
click on Brian,
What's
it
that?
should only show what he's showing.
What's that now?
If you double click on Brian, if everyone else double clicks on Brian's little box in the bottom, it should only show what he's showing.
Let's see.
No.
No.
Oh, I see.
Take those upstairs. Did you guys do that for the next group too? How the video is?
On the runway.
Yeah.
I started working on it and I've got about half of it done, but I couldn't find a couple of pieces of data. So if we can get some help, I mean, I've got the spreadsheet started and working. I just didn't get all of it 100% finished.
Well, I watched the video from that. I mean, it's not as intense as this one is because it seems like it's a lot easier.
It is pretty easy. It's just, like I said, it was just, I couldn't find the data that I needed.
What are you missing?
That what the rentals and the inventory was the first 2 months, basically. This
I guess we
this
can go-
right here. So if I could get that, I mean, I can plug it in and I could finish it pretty quick.
I guess we can just do that one on our next hour and we'll just
Yeah.
do it together.
All right, so you guys, I'm finishing up the other side, sorry. All right. Wow, 1% makes a huge difference.
15 million. Wow.
It almost doubles their revenue. Anyway,
Yeah.
so you guys ready to go like line by line?
Yeah, that's good.
All right, so we talked about 6.8 million users. Found that close to that page 9 area where it talked about, I think it was page 8, the bottom of page 8, that there was 4 million subscribers and then they got 2.8 million referrals. So that's where I got that. 2% were paying. So to get your number of paying subs, you just multiply 3 and 4 together. Let me know if you guys are ready to go. I'll keep moving down.
yeah, I'm good.
All right, $99 is how much they said 50 gig would cost per year. Your annual would be that 99 times how many paying customers?
That's what I was confused. Like, do we use the 99 or do we use the wasn't there a $39 one too? Like,
That was an add-on.
Yeah, that's an
There
add-on.
was a
for,
$59 one, right?
Yeah, it seemed like there was another price out there.
There was
Like the add-on.
there was $199 one for going to 20 gigs,
Oh, okay.
but all the data was showing that they were just basing it off at 10 gig because the average user didn't use the full 10 gig. And that's why I use that. I don't know if that's the right thought process.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Okay.
It surprised me how little they were actually using.
Right,
like,
I
per
know.
user. I don't know. I always max out my online cloud-based backup services.
I don't use any, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I use Dropbox and I actually like it.
Yeah, me
After
too.
going through this, I may have to start using it. I got a lot of stuff I need to protect.
I like it a lot. Like they talk about the simplicity of it, and that's why I've liked it because it's just so simple to use. You know.
Yeah.
I'm worried my laptop's going to go down at any time, and I'm going to lose everything on it. So I need to get that backed up soon.
That's how I live.
So
Like I like when the computer gets older, I just treat it a lot nicer because I just don't want it to go away.
all right, so we talked about where we got the 11 cents.
Yeah.
That number for free is basically your number of subscribers, and you multiply that times 1 minus your percent paid percentage. And that it basically is saying it's 98% times 11, or times the number of
600 million.
and then C11 times C10 gives you that number. 318, I basically just set it equal number 5 because it's always going to equal number 5. In the video, they made a formula out of it, but I'm lazy. I wanted to save those 2 keystrokes. So that gives you your annual. Your variable cost is just line 12 and 16 added together. And then in the fixed cost, he gave us that $150,000 in the question.
Yeah.
And then in the case, it said that they had 25 employees. Now, a question I did have, it said there was 25 employees, but did that include the 2 co-founders? Because it was kind of ambiguous on that.
So it's either 25 or 27.
Yeah, and I don't know if we wanted to look into that a little more. I mean, it says Dropbox 25-person team.
I thought it would include the 2 of them.
It probably does. Reading it again. Okay, I'm good. And then total cost is basically line 23 plus line 18, or minus line 8. Yeah. And then profit and losses, your annual revenue minus your total cost.
8 million.
Yeah, I was surprised it was that much. I was kind of hoping somebody'd get a different answer so we could.
Did you subtract the fixed cost too on that line? Don't you have to subtract fixed cost?
Yeah, your total cost is your fixed cost plus your variable cost.
So you did
Line 25 is your total.
revenue minus your variable cost minus your fixed cost.
Well, up here, my variable cost is my annual cost of free plus my annual cost of paying. So I added those together there. And then I added my fixed cost with my variable cost right here. The variable cost, total variable cost between paying and free is $1,165,000. Then when you add that to the $300,750 of fixed, you get that number there. So, I mean, if you look at it as a ratio, that divided by the number of employees, I mean, it's a pretty pretty decent mark, deal, 340,000 per employee revenue. That's, to me, that's a pretty strong company, even on, especially on the freemium platform.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Well,
Um, it said it doesn't include payments to the okay.
Yeah, so there were some other things that it didn't include.
Yeah, I think it got the gist of everything. I thought it didn't include the payments to Amazon, but that's what we calculated in the variable cost.
Yeah.
So I think we've got the majority of everything. I'm sure there's a couple little things that this is just a broad stroke. But I mean, to me, I think it's a profitable company.
yeah, I mean, it says roughly those same numbers on page 9. So it says like 10 to 15 million based on 2 to 3%. So
Yeah. Okay. So
So that actually goes into number 2. If we're done with number 1, how profitable is Dropbox? Well, it's doing pretty well.
yeah,
yeah,
I wish I could get into one of these startups like this.
I just wish I was one of the 25.
No kidding.
I'll take that.
I'll be number 26. That's fine.
Yeah. I'll even work for half of that right now.
All right. So basically we answered number 2, right?
Yeah.
Is there any other questions anybody has for that?
No.
No.
So with the competition coming in, I mean, what do you guys think that they should do?
Well, yeah, I saw that there was some potential competition, like from Google and I think Microsoft.
Carbonite, isn't it Carbonite?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Carbonite.
Well, Carbonite's like the number 1 in the backup storage, but what Dropbox offers is a little different than what Carbonite offers, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the cloud storage. So, I'm thinking Dropbox has I think the bigger question is, should they diversify their product? More like what Carbonite has done and make a business suite and a personal suite.
That's question 4, the last question, I think. Should Dropbox develop a professional version to attract more valuable customers? I think that'd be a smart route.
What's that?
But I think that would be smart for them to develop the professional version.
Because I think if people are using, if companies are attracted to the business version or a professional version, then, and the employees see how simple and easy it is, then it could make those employees also get their own personal accounts to have for non-work related stuff. So I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. Well, that's how I found out about it, was from work, when somebody started sharing files, and like, this thing's cool. And I liked how you can change a file and it doesn't change the whole, once you change it, it doesn't take all that space uploading it again.
Yeah, it only sends the changes. I like that too a lot.
I wonder what they wanted to do was also have it go on like I guess it was more complicated, but it wanted like documents, like your My Documents or your files on your computer to be able to all get stored on there, but it wouldn't be right. Like, it wouldn't make it wouldn't work right, or they were afraid it wouldn't work right. I think if they made that really work right, I think that's a pretty cool product. Because there's so much stuff at work that for a professional version that would be so helpful, especially when computers, like I just got 2 computers at work last week because they crashed everywhere, and I lost tons of student files because we just kept it in the computer thinking the computer would hang, and 2 of them crashed back to back, and I lost everything. I hope nobody calls to ask me about their kid because I lost everything.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah, I mean, like the accounting, like if they come back and say I had 5 more hours of tutoring left, I would be like, I guess you do.
That's not good.
Wow. It would have been cheaper to just buy some professional Dropbox.
Yeah. I think it's worth it. And I think like now you can upload videos too, can't you, that you've recorded? Which, I don't know, like I use Snapfish too for picture storage, and it costs more to like have I think it's like $20 a month if you want to add the video option to upload videos too.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Well, I think we basically answered all the questions that we were supposed to with our group, but we were supposed to make this an hour long, so I don't know if we want to go over the other questions as well.
There's number 3.
Am I missing? Do we skip number 3?
Why don't we can to kill time, to add a little more time, we could talk about like initially when we read the case, the first part and the last part, what kind of questions we had in our mind. If we did, I mean, you knew about Dropbox, but I had no idea about Dropbox, so I might have different questions about it. But I mean, it's always good to share those wacky questions that we come up with at first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good idea. I can't even see how long we've been on. Can you guys see that?
No, you can until the end, but
okay, so
30 minutes.
It's been about
it's been about 30 minutes.
Okay. That's probably why on the timestamp, like I just took a screenshot of when we ended. Is that what you're supposed to do? For the timestamp?
It said the timestamp, when I was reading today, it said the timestamp was supposed to go when we began our summary. So it was like the time that we began our summary, or our conclusion to the discussion. So he could know when to, probably so he could skip through the discussion then go to the conclusion, I'm guessing.
Oh, I see.
So are we recording this whole session?
Yeah, it automatically just records it, and then when we stop, I have the link that I email.
Hey Brian, what was the fixed cost again that you guys got?
$3,750,000. It's 25 employees times 150,000 per employee.
I'm just doing my formula. And that's all the fixed costs there is?
Yeah, they rolled everything into one cost.
Just employee costs, that's all it is. I thought there was maintenance.
What the FTE stands for is full-time equivalent.
Right.
So it basically takes in how much your rent is for that employee, how much, for office space, how much their insurance costs, anything that
everything
goes
is in that
for an employee. What's that?
Everything is in that then.
Yeah.
Employees.
Yeah. So I mean, the employees actually probably only make $75,000, and the rest is building costs and insurance and all that kind of stuff.
Hey Brian, are you a finance guy?
No. I mean, I got an associate's degree in accounting about 15 years ago.
Oh, that's cool.
But I haven't done anything with it since. I don't mind. I don't mind playing with numbers and working with numbers.
I do.
Well, that's
I used to want to be an accountant, and then life happened.
Well, we have these other questions. I don't know. Do you want to talk about those or like?
Yeah, why not?
Like the Dropbox is a late mover in a crowded space. What opportunity did Houston see?
Yeah,
Well,
let's-
I thought it was he was a late comer, but he made it. I liked it when in the case analysis it said when he was doing the pitch, he said, who uses these services, and no one could raise their hand because it was so complicated to use the services that was his whole business idea, was to make it really simple and make a lot of people want to use it. And to do that, you have to make it simple, and that was his whole pitch.
That's what I put.
Which I thought was cool for having coming into it. If you're going to come into a crowded market space, you have to have something that's like reinventing it.
Well, and a lot of other companies had bugs in their systems as well. He said that there was all kinds of problems with bandwidth issues and getting across firewalls and things like that.
Well, what got me is the way he even came up with the idea of even wanting to do it is, he jumped on a bus or train or whatever, and he forgot his USB thing. And so it just ticked him off. And, from that moment on, he basically turned in his notice at his company and started developing something so that wouldn't happen again.
Yeah, going along that simplistic concept, I like when he talked about how computers are difficult for most people. Because it's true, a lot of people who grew up with computers don't realize that they take time to learn. And so making it so simple and so user-friendly makes people want to use it, like you guys said.
Yeah.
And along with those lines, they had that Craigslist poll where they brought 5 people in.
And no one could do it.
None of them could figure it out, and they said that was the worst day of their business, was, so that's, I think that business model is what you said, simplistic, ease of use.
Well, as he said, do a few things well. That was kind of his statement. So number 2 is specifically what are the key elements of Dropbox's current business model. I thought it was used with freemium.
Yep.
Yeah, freemium.
Which is smart. I don't think they spent a ton on marketing, and they got a lot of business from that and word of mouth.
I think he had a couple of videos come out, and then they really, like the second one, I think hit really well. So,
well, when you read the case, it says that they tried to do a lot of marketing, but it wasn't cost effective because it was costing like 3 years worth of revenue to get one.
One person was.
And I think that other company, the one that supposedly has got it down,
Carbonite.
Yeah, they're the ones that spent tons on marketing and yielded, like 1% added sales or something like that. Like, it was really bad.
Yeah, and if you look at their financials, they were actually at a negative profit for that year.
You're right.
So that's where Dropbox will have its advantage, is that if our marketing or our data is right on our spreadsheet, that they're going to continue to grow because they're going to have the finances to continue operating, where Carbonite may not if they don't make a shift in their business model.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if they mastered the referrals, I think.
Yeah.
Which is honestly the cheapest, and if you can master it, the best way to get new users.
Right.
Really the best way to do business.
I think I had seen like little things about it before on Facebook or whatever, but that's how I found out, was a coworker.
Yeah, mine, everybody uses it at work too.
Yeah.
It's kind of just the standard.
I may start using it here soon.
Teachers use it, for parents, My photographer used it to send all of my daughter's pictures, her senior pictures.
Yeah.
So then it asks, is Dropbox profitable? We've already talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Very.
The Y Combinator. The key elements.
Some more sauce. Like some more sauce.
You take that up. I'm all done. Take it up. Thank you. Take those up and then take it up. Take those up to mom and then take this up. Okay.
Sorry, I got my papers all out of
So
order.
the next one, it says when he applied to Y Combinator, what hypotheses did Houston hold about the key elements of Dropbox's business model? You ready to talk about that one?
Yeah, not really.
Yeah, it's basically the higher level online storage. Just not having to move your data around manually is what he suggested. He said Dropbox solves all these needs and doesn't need configuration or babysitting. It takes concepts that are proven winners from the community and puts them in a package that my little sister can figure out.
Ellie.
That's what he said.
That too?
Well, he made a hypothesis about his, the cost of $5 a month or less for 10 gigs, and that kind of stuff. So he had to go in and test those, and it looks like he actually went up on his price. $12 a month, or $12. I think it was close to $12 a month, $99 a year. So he did make some changes, and also with his time frame for launching it, he said it was going to be about 8 weeks, and it ended up being significantly longer. So I think he needed to be a little bit more conservative on some of his assumptions.
So, what should his top priorities be as the case ends in June 2010? Should he try to do more segments, as like the pack rat offer where you don't have to get anything deleted? Or should he do more advertising to get more clients? What do you guys think?
I think advertising shouldn't be a top priority.
Right.
Just because it seemed to go so well. I think a top priority should be, I would say maybe, think more about a business model or a professional model of the same Dropbox as of June 2010, just to see if they can add some more features to, to make it more attractive to businesses as opposed to just individuals.
Yeah.
And then also maybe figure out a way to bring the cost per user down. I don't know if that's possible. Maybe they could figure out something getting their own servers. I'm not sure if that would be a ton of money up front and then pay off later or not pay off at all. Because like Carbonite was using their own servers to store people's information and they were using Amazon service.
I think that was a big plus in the way Dropbox did it was with the Amazon servers or with the Amazon cloud base. Because I said that, if you think about it, if you have your own servers and something goes wrong with them, you're liable for that. Whereas you're using the cloud base, somebody else's, they're liable, and it would take less of on your part to fix and rectify that. I think that's part of the reason Dropbox was a little bit more successful than Carbonite in that respect.
How do they keep your information private though? How do you know some employee isn't there like looking at all your pictures or your files?
Yeah.
I don't know much about Dropbox. Is there any kind of login or anything you have to get into those?
Well, yeah, you have your your email and password, but like as soon as I plug in my phone, my pictures just start automatically uploading to my Dropbox.
Wow, that's cool. Now I want one.
And on my phone, I have the Dropbox app, and so my pictures just automatically go to Dropbox. And once I get into my iPhone, my app has a special code to get into the Dropbox.
So I mean, your password protected. So as long as you I mean, as long as you don't leave your computer up and all that.
Yeah, I just
no, but I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Like you're password protected on one side, but not necessarily on the other side, right?
Yeah. How many employees do they have? And can those, I'm sure those employees are smart enough that they could get into the system and get your documents or your pictures or whatever, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, even if you've got it stored locally on your system, hackers can get it. If you've got the internet, hackers can get in and get into that stuff, even without it being in Dropbox and that kind of stuff. So I mean, you're technically through the internet, you're really technically not super secure anyway.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that they didn't really speak about that privacy as a user, you know.
Yeah.
Because you think that would be something that people could be concerned about. Here's this new company, and it's so easy to upload all of your information to them, and they're going to keep it stored for you. But they don't talk about how it's going to be kept private or what their security measures are with it.
I think that's a key to the cloud-based storage, where it's not kept on their individual servers. It's kept on a third-party server with Amazon, so they don't have that complete access to those servers like the other companies would.
Okay, well, we're at least 45 minutes in.
Yeah.
We're doing good.
So what do you guys think? I think that they, like what you're saying, I think they should keep doing the add-on products and referrals. It seems like they're making money. I mean,
yeah. Well, they talked about, you know, he failed at it at first with the going and trying to bundle it with antivirus software and that kind of stuff. But then he said he started taking on like the iPhone app and the Android. So, I mean, I think now that they're known and everything's going a little better for him, I think that he could delve more into that side of the business now as well, to try to get some more bundling going.
I think it was genius what he did, offering for the users who brought in someone else or who referred someone else, giving them an extra, what was it, 275 megabytes of free storage, but 250, but not just for the person who referred, but also the person who was referred. Because then it's a two-sided thing. Then you're both getting extra, which I've seen a lot of companies do recently. It just seems more, it makes it more legitimate and makes it more attractive to both parties to do so.
Yeah, I thought that was smart too. Definitely.
So I would focus on that, you know, keep doing that as one of the things.
It says, what is your assessment of the approach Houston used to test his hypothesis? I said he created a beta test and that exploded. It jumped from like 5,000 to 75,000 names.
Yeah.
The next one is, did he waste time, resources, or make notable mistakes?
He, you know, like I said before, he did waste a little bit of time and make some mistakes. He didn't listen to his partner about going and trying to bundle right from the beginning. And he said that they'd even talked about not doing that, you know, when they first got together, but he thought he could do it. So he did waste some resources and time and effort in that respect.
I think so, but I think that's necessary too. I mean, you got to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In business, and so I think it was definitely a good thing that he learned from them and made those mistakes so he'd be more cautious for the future.
So I saw on Facebook, you can't get to success without failures.
What's the one for Edison? He found 999,000 ways a light bulb doesn't work, or you can't make a light bulb. You know.
Yeah.
Or WD-40. Have you ever heard of that story?
Yeah, and Dyson. He tried like 500 different vacuums before he came up with one. So So yeah, like I said, you do have to have some failures because it'll make you stronger. Because you learn, I think you learn a lot more from failing than you do succeeding in a lot of respects.
Yeah, I agree.
Hurts a little bit more to fail, but you learn a lot from it.
So can you imagine better ways to test key hypothesis?
Well, they had two ways on there, right? They had the one that they got 5,000 people signed up, and then they did another one. They got like what, 75,000 people signed up for the beta test.
Yeah, but like I think they gave like 1 gig or something like that.
Different sites they were advertising on too. So obviously there's different ways, like better ways you can test your hypothesis or test your product.
Did it say much about, I can't remember if it said anything about them like trying to advertise like, you know, on social media, Facebook and Twitter, things like that.
I didn't see anything about that.
Maybe they could have tried a little bit more with something.
Well, it said they did. They said they did ad based, which is typically like if you go anywhere on the internet, and there's an ad through like Google or whatever, then you click through.
Yeah, like some paid based performance or something like that. It was pay-per-click type stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So then they'd also tried to make it so those people didn't get the free service.
So.
I think the last question is, what should be Houston's top priorities as the case ends in June 2010?
I think we talked about that a little bit in that, you know, to maybe diversify the product a little more and make a more of a business side for the Dropbox,
Right.
a business application for it to beef that up. It did say in the case that they had absolutely no recognition in that brand, even though a lot of business places used it. There was no recognition in the rankings for them to be on that business side, although they were number 6 on the consumer side. So I think for them to get into that side of the business would help them compete a lot better with some of those top brands.
All right.
Well, yeah. I think they need a business product because doesn't Carbonite have unlimited as many computers as you want if you're a business?
Yeah.
I think that's what they're talking
And they don't
about.
have that, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's an individual user is how the Dropbox is set up. Now they did say that they were hoping to get, you know, break into the IT in the mid to larger companies by getting the individual users to use it and then see that it was secure and that it was good for the company. So I think they're trying, but they just haven't based a product to specifically for the business. Like Angelique was talking about that security. I think they could do some kind of a business security add-on in the Dropbox for businesses.
I think that's a good idea. So now, do we do our summary? Like maybe we can do some kind of sign, like, woo, we know this is where this starts.
Conclusion.
Yeah, around minute 52, the timestamp.
What does the conclusion consist of? Just kind of an overview of what we just talked about?
Yeah.
Pretty much, I think.
Well, it's profitable. Profitable.
Yep.
Yeah.
We think they should develop a professional version or a business version to use to attract businesses and attract more customers. Keep on doing what they're doing with referrals because that seemed to be working the best. I mean, it just said in that 1 month that they got the 2.8 million. Yeah.
I think also put more add-ons too.
Yeah, some user feedback. There was some user feedback to get some additional add-ons.
Right.
Like Angelique was talking about the photos now, which is probably something that came from user feedback.
You want to go over some of the numbers, Brian, that we had?
Yeah, so we figured that there were 6.8 million subscribers. We were on the conservative side and said that there's that 2% of those are paid, which gave us 136,000 paid subscribers at $99 per year, which is 13.4 million annual. With the cost of the free at 11 cents and the cost of the paid at 318 for the cloud services, gave us a total variable cost of 1,165,000. The total fixed cost with 25 employees at 150,000 gives us a total fixed cost of 3.75 million for a total cost of just over 4.9 million. So their profit at 2% would be about a little over 8.5 million.
Awesome. Amen.
That is our conclusion.
That's our numbers guy right there. Okay, teacher.
All right, guys.
So hanging up and calling back.
So before we hang up, just for everybody's sake, so if we all get the link on the top of the screen, we all use that link for our post discussion. Is that correct?
I think I had to send it. I sent it to them last time.
Yeah, you
Agreed.
Right. So I'll email it to everybody.
You got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, talk to you guys later.
We'll talk to you in 2 days.
Yeah.